What's up, you guys? I may be wearing sunglasses when doing this outdoors because I have a little bit of pink eye and the sun's not great for it, so if you're wondering, that's why. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for being here. The industry is imploding. It's like the dot-com crash, which I've talked about many, many times throughout the past year and more within my videos on and off. I'm going to tell you why this is advantageous for Bittorrent and Tron TRX. There is a lot of thought that goes into these videos, so I would like you to hit the bell, subscribe, and like if you haven't already. It just drops me a thank you and helps out the channel. And if you feel that what I delivered today wasn't of value for you, then obviously it's free for you to take it back, just as it's free to give it. So let's talk about it. Ethereum has always been something that Justin Sun has brought up as a competitor, and that they were basically going to eat Ethereum's lunch. Now, because of the crash that is happening, this is truer to coming to fruition, and this benefits Tron TRX, USDD, and of course Bittorrent too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to share some news with you if we have time, along with this being one of the pieces of news that I'm going to share regarding Ethereum and what Cointelegraph has to say. So a lot of people want quick results in the industry, and it's natural because, of course, as human beings, we seek excitement. And when investing is new to us, and when we're either novice or even intermediate, you can kind of fall prey to the instant gratification. So what happens is, you basically see a coin sit in the same place for many, many months and years, or potentially drop low. And even if you initially believed in the project, Tron, TRX, Bittorrent, BTT, this can grate on your nerves like an annoying spouse that makes you eventually want to do something that, well, would probably be illegal. So, what am I saying? You need to be patient, because if you were around during the dot-com bust, there were stocks at that time that were flying so high that everyone thought that all these stocks were the winners, and their valuations were through the roof, and it all was based on hopium. Did the project look good? Did it make sense? Or not even did it look good or make sense, but was there enough hype behind the project that it seemed to be exciting enough, even without much fact, just a hope and a prayer and a dream of a concept. No great white paper, in this case with crypto, which was similar to the dot-com era being great, and people investing just because they thought that, oh, it's a dot-com, it's got to do great. They're being given millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Of course this is an amazing idea. So history repeats itself, and there are parallels that if one pays attention to them like a logical robot and ignores their emotions, that's when, not investment advice, just your opinion, you can make the most money and generate wealth. And people that don't understand this have no chance of generating wealth. As a matter of fact, they have an almost 100% probability, 99.99999. Okay, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. You have a 100% probability, if you don't understand these things, of losing your money and blaming everyone, including the milkman, for your own misfortunes, when you really just have no idea what you're doing, and you're using imbecilic thought processes to determine that you've wasted your time. So here's what I'm trying to say to you. If a project is strong, it eventually shines. And what's happening here is there's so many coins, Celsius, projects, Luna, Terra Luna, making people feel like a lunatic. That lunatic fringe feeling where you're just getting destroyed. That is going to cause projects like Tron to show that they've been wearing, and Bittorrent, the big boy pants all along. And you, my friend, you, not the haters that write ridiculous comments that even a chimpanzee could actually form a more intelligent thought process to pump out into the universe as a comment. Even a turtle, even something with a pea-sized brain could come across smarter than the haters and the sarcastic commenters. But for those of you, which is most of you that I'm talking to, that are not in that category of the big, can't see, there we go, who've probably never made a single dollar, or are so heavily entrenched in mud I won't use the word that'll not work out well here. For those of you that have brains, I have news for you. You have a very high likelihood, higher than ever now, of seeing Tron and eventually Bittorrent 2 do exactly what you've been dreaming of, because a lot of the SH*T coins, the ones that are obvious, not so obvious, and not obvious at all, are being vaporized. It's a cleansing of trash. The market is vomiting. It's vomiting out all of the toxins, all of the well, quite frankly, all of the ingestibles that cause disease and sickness in an industry, just like the dot-com era when everything crashed and it took a little bit of time for things to recover, and for the winners that emerged, who had their stocks moon so hard that it blew minds, and those were the companies that took over for the next decade and more, and most of them were there. Tron, TRX, BitTorrent, BTT are going to be one of them in the cryptosphere, and I'm talking about the same kind of thing that happened where Google popped their heads up, PayPal took control of payments, X went to PayPal, Google, Explorer browser got destroyed and taken over by Google Chrome. It doesn't even exist anymore, Internet Explorer. So we're seeing this history repeat itself, come to fruition right now. It's been happening. It's been obvious for the last month and a half or two, blatantly obvious unless a person has blinders on, and it was obvious to the more astute even sooner than that, that there was a change in the times, and that finally people that have been sitting feeling like they're eating crow, almost begging themselves within their own soul to sell, to not be left with nothing and leave with something, are understanding that the pain is going to end up being worth it. As I always share my sources, Cointelegraph, because I'm not going to read this whole article, but if you want to check it out, I'll cover a bit. Ethereum 1K price support in danger as Q2 comes to a close, because some of the perceived Goliaths are getting munched up. Ethereum's native token fell on the final trading day of 2022, trading in sync with riskier assets amid persistent fears of higher inflation and rising interest rates, as it could result in further declines heading into Q3. ETH price plunged nearly 5% this June 30th to 1,044 following a 4-day losing streak. The ETH USD pair also broke below its interim rising trend support. Thanks for watching.